Hello everybody, and welcome to Gamers, where we talk about games and more entertaining random shit.
Hi everybody, I'm Twisted Knight. I'll be the host of the show. This is going to be a new thing we're going to start doing, our little podcast. So let me introduce everybody real quick. We got me, you guys already know me. We've got Amber, who's Twisted Mistress, and we have...
Hello.
Oh, you want me to introduce myself? Shit,
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm behind the game. Colt, what's up? I'm the Colt. I'm Colt. I go by a lot of different numbers over the years, but yeah, mostly just
A lot
Colt.
of different numbers.
Yeah, we've had Justin, sorry, the Colt, on...
You revealed the secret!
His
You
name
never
is
called
actually...
Batman Bruce Wayne!
His name is actually Justin, just in case you hear us call him Justin.
Yeah, this is by accident, but it's okay because he's awesome. But we've had him on our Guns of Icarus episodes, and they've been a blast.
Yeah.
So now we're going
And
to start...
we haven't had Guns of Icarus episodes in fucking
Yeah,
ever.
well, we have a couple of those battle casts. If you haven't seen them, check them out. They're pretty good.
I'll put them in the link in the description below.
Yeah. So anyways, we're going to talk about games and more entertaining random shit. We want you guys to let us know in the comments what you'd like to hear about, so we'll have stuff to talk about whenever we make these. Like, whatever the fuck you guys want to hear, that's what we'll talk
Because
about.
otherwise, we're just going to randomly ramble about whatever the fuck we want to. And
Yes.
that's going to take up a lot of your time. So you'd be better apt to tell us what you want to hear specifically.
Yes, and we'll talk about it, and we'll discuss it, and we'll
And
have interesting conversations.
In any way it goes, we're still going to ramble and take up a lot of your time. So congratulations.
You're not supposed to tell them that.
Aw, we love you though. Alright, Ryan. So, what we're going to talk about today are the games that we love personally. They're the games that we play a lot, the games that we have an affection for. So, Ryan, you start us off.
So I'm going to start with Stardew Valley, and I know you guys have seen me playing it on the channel and everything. Excuse me. But I've really enjoyed it a lot. It reminds me so much of the old Harvest Moon games and everything, and it's so simple and simplistic.
See, I never really
easy.
played Harvest Moon, so what is that like?
It's the same thing as Stardew, where you
Which
just...
platform did it come out for, and how old
It
is
started
it?
It started back, honestly, during the Super Nintendo era, I
Amber,
believe.
stop aging your husband. That's
He old as hell, y'all.
But it started back in the Super Nintendo, and it just kind of gradually went up. I think the designers or the creators was Natsume. They were kind of like a third party to Nintendo.
okay.
But it's not super popular, but it was always there. Like, as Nintendo grew, you always had a Harvest Moon on, Nintendo, and sometimes you see it on PlayStation. I don't think Xbox ever really took a liking to it, but it was mainly on PlayStation and Nintendo for a long time.
Okay. So, Stardew Valley was like the first thing similar to that now?
Yes, the only thing similar to it was probably Farmville. And we all
Oh,
know what
God.
Farmville is. And that's why, like, when people would tell me, like, if I ever told them a farming game, they'd always relate it to Farmville, and I'd be like, no, this is a real game. This is where, real things can actually happen. It's not where you click it, you wait 5 hours, and a tomato grew. That's wonderful. No,
I need my friends to send me 18 wheelbarrows.
No, that was just a money-making ploy, stupid, I'm not going to go into that. But the game itself is wonderful and amazing, and I've enjoyed so much playing the game. It's easy, and I don't have to think a lot.
And it's all you play lately for the most part. Yeah, but, and you also spent years playing, though, Blizzard games.
Well, I mean, in the past, a lot of my favorite stuff, like, growing up was probably Halo. I played a lot of World of Warcraft. I played a lot of, like, old Super Nintendo, Genesis.
Games I've actually heard of, finally!
Yeah.
Super Nintendo, Genesis, PlayStation, Xbox. I mean, I grew up with all the consoles. I've played tons of games.
Yeah, and I've stolen tons of games from you, so
Yes.
I can attest to most of his library.
Yes.
Yeah, I was late into gaming, so I think the first game I probably got, first game was like Guitar Heroes and Rock Bands, and even earlier than that would have been like Super Nintendo games.
Yeah,
I
we
played
played
did
Super
play like,
Nintendo.
what
I
was
feel
it?
like
You
I
seem
convinced you to play Gauntlet of Fire one time when we were on the
What
GameCube.
the hell is that?
On the GameCube? It was a while back. You probably
Yeah, I
don't
don't remember
remember
that
it.
I think
Oh.
I probably played it with you.
I know you played it with me.
I
Yeah.
don't remember that at all, but yeah, I don't remember playing anything on the GameCube. I remember playing the Nintendo 64. We had that Beetle game where you drive the fucking VW bugs through like obstacle courses.
I don't
and
even
shit.
remember that one.
I kinda
Somebody's
remember.
gotta
I remember seeing that at
Yeah, Adventures
Blockbuster.
of Beetle Racing or some
You
shit.
gave us the jet ski one, Ryan, and then
did?
yeah, and then he gave us the. Wait, no, we had the jet ski one.
Yeah,
You
we
gave me
did.
the WWE one.
I remember. That was actually a really good wrestling game.
It was, yeah. It was
For
like the only
Nintendo
good
64?
wrestling game. Yeah,
Yeah.
for the N64.
I didn't even know we've had that like
Oh,
around.
we had it. Yeah, we had it
like-
at Mountain Road. We had it for a long time. I think we sold it at a yard sale at Mountain Road.
Probably.
You dummies! Yeah, but when I played it, because I liked Adventures Racing. I remember playing the jet ski game that you were talking about, and then like before that, we had the Super Nintendo, and I played
yeah, Mario Kart. And
Yeah, I can remember when I was a kid though playing on Super Nintendo. We had what was it? The Mario Party, Mario All Stars. That and we had,
for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, we had that. I don't think we ever had the original Nintendo. If we did, it wasn't when I was like around.
I had the Atari.
the Atari,
Jesus.
way back.
Yeah, no, we didn't have that.
We had. I remember the
so
hardest shit. Did you ever play Aladdin for the N64?
That was fucking fun.
That was
Yeah.
no, that was fucking
For the
difficult.
64?
64, or
Was it
I
not
think
on
it was
the
for the
64?
NES.
It was for the
Yeah, we
Super
had that for the
Nintendo with
NES.
the
Okay,
Genesis.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
so I've
SNES
been
would've
saying
been
that
it.
wrong. But yeah, Aladdin was fucking difficult. That was the hardest shit.
That
I
was
was
a fun
also
game.
like 6, but that was the hardest shit
I
I've ever
remember
played in my
playing
life.
that. I'm pretty sure it was for the SNES, and then like I can't remember playing much until I met Ryan, and then he got me into World of Warcraft.
God, I
And-
remember you to World of Warcraft. Jesus.
Yeah, well, he was very into it and played it a shit ton, and then I got
More
on.
than I needed to.
Yes,
Way
by,
more.
by far. And then I got on and was like, okay, so I'm gonna try this. It'll give me a way to spend time with my husband since he will get off the fucking game. But then I really liked it, and but then like after kind of Mists of Pandaria and that shit, we kind of fell off. And
I
then
think we
went,
fell off probably around the Wrath of the Lich King, and was that
Did
what
we
it was
get
called?
Cataclysm?
We got Cataclysm. We played a little bit of it, and then we stopped, and then
We got back on Warlords of Draenor.
and we played that a little bit, and then we stopped. And it's hard to play a game when it's not really that different after
Yes.
you've played it for so long. Like I played that game since it first came out. I don't know if it was like 2004, 2005.
Vanilla WoW.
Yeah, like when it was brand new. But it was great, but
It's a money pit and it's time consuming.
it is. It really is. It's too much. It's too much wasted time.
of video games.
I probably could have played like a ton of games in
that amount of
in
time.
that amount of time.
Yeah, but you did accomplish your thing. He wanted to get, before we had our first child, he wanted to have a 60,000?
It was like either 50,000 or
It was
60,000.
50,000.
Yeah, of
That
achievements,
is
the gamer
such
sport.
a damn gamer thing. I didn't realize that was his goal. I just knew he had a big ass gamer score. Like before I had my first child, I want to get 50 grand. Like, make sure to practice safe sex until I'm at this amount.
But yeah.
You did it though. You got, because he was big on completing all of his achievements. Kind of a completionist.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out.
Yeah, at the time I was working over at Blockbuster before they shut down, and I was able to get games pretty much for free and play them till I completed them.
Then take 'em back.
Take them back and rinse
You
and
know what's
repeat.
hilarious though is I'm not at all a completionist, and the two games that I have all the achievements for are the two games that I don't think you have all the achievements for, which is Oblivion and Skyrim.
Yeah, he probably
I
does.
tried them, but the games just were too.
Yeah, and I was like, haha.
I bested you. Yeah, and nowadays I play a lot of Hearthstone. I really like that. If anybody out there wants to challenge me, bring it on. I kick ass. And then
We'll put her Hearthstone name in the description if you want to play her.
yeah, and then I play Heroes of the Storm. And then for the most part, play random stuff here and there on the Xbox and, random crap like that, but that's about it. Like, we've been looking for more interesting games to play and stuff.
We try to, but it's hard, especially in
limited funds.
limited funds, and not to mention a lot of games nowadays are not co-op friendly.
No.
They're co-op friendly over the internet, but they're not
Yes.
co-op friendly in the same household.
And most of us that aren't walking around with big wads of cash in our pocket can't afford to have two fucking Xboxes.
Two TVs.
Yeah, for a
two-
couple to have two
yeah,
TVs, two Xbox Ones, two copies of the same game. Like, no, we can't afford that. It'd be awesome if they made more couch co-op so we could actually have more things to play.
And
but-
this is why I'm forever single. This is the specific reason. I literally, I walk out the front door and there are just women all around, and I just tell them, no, not gonna happen.
not until they start making more co-op
Yeah,
games.
there's just not enough co-op centric games out there right now for me to get involved in a relationship. Sorry.
So what else have you been playing besides Stardew Valley though? Like recently?
For a while, I play a lot on my DS2 because it's a little bit more easier to get into because you start it up, you get the game going, you can play for a little bit, and you're done. It was actually, even it's funny I say that though, is Monster Hunter. I started playing that a lot with a couple friends at work, and that's been it's kind of like if you were to mix Demon Souls with a game about hunting monsters. It's pretty much the same thing. It's just a difficult game where it's not very forgiving.
I played Monster Hunter for the PlayStation Portable. Does that count?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That counts. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I never played it. Was it fun on the PlayStation Portable?
Everything was fun on the PlayStation Portable because it's fucking PlayStation Portable.
Yeah.
I miss the... Do you still have a PSP?
Yeah.
Can I steal it?
No.
It probably doesn't work.
The battery and the stuff,
sold
it's all
mine.
broken.
I sold mine. And the thing about that was back in the days when like you would get used electronics because nobody does that anymore. And I got mine and it had like a picture of Rihanna, I believe, saved to it as its screensaver, and she was half nude, and I was like, okay, I'll take it.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, why
I don't
not?
mind.
I didn't know she came with this. Yeah, we haven't. I have a DS, but I don't play it much anymore. I got into playing for a while. That fucking Nintendogs.
Nintendogs
Yes.
and Puzzle Quest.
That was when it first came out. It came in Nintendogs, and I actually had a dog, and you'd see me over there talking to my fucking DS, like, Damien, come here, like a fucking idiot. And then I played Puzzle Quest. I'm really good at puzzle games.
Yeah.
And yeah, we like those. And then Justin, what do you play nowadays? You play all sorts of shit.
I don't actually play. I play all sorts of shit, but it's all sorts of the same shit. Because welcome to next gen. There is shit all dick. I have a 360, but it's a 360 arcade. It's about going on 11, maybe 12. Her name's Christine, after the car that kills people because it will eat your fucking games. So so I don't play a lot of last gen because I just simply can't without having to spend money to buy new damn discs. But yeah, basically now I just play Battlefield, sadly, Rainbow Six, sadly, Destiny, sadly. I mean, they're not releasing anything that's my speed. They released Fallout 4. I played some of that. Fallout 4 was decent. Didn't like the voice protagonist. Wasn't as good as the last Fallouts. But yeah, no, they just haven't been releasing my bread and butter. You give me Elder Scrolls or Red Dead, I don't care if they're last gen ported to next gen. Just give me something I can fucking play.
I'm waiting for that to come on.
Oh my god, yeah, I will play Skyrim. I would be playing Skyrim right now. I wouldn't be here talking if I had a way to play Skyrim. I'd be upstairs playing Skyrim. When Skyrim first came out, I locked myself in my room with a cup of spiced cider.
Were we living in this house?
Yeah, we were living in this house, and I wrapped myself up in a blanket because it was in November and it was nice and chilly. And I just sat inside 24/7.
He sounds like an 80-year-old man. I'll wrap myself up in a blanket.
We would go up there occasionally to check on him and be like, Justin, you alright? Go away!
Are you still alive in there?
It bends! my precious Skyrim!
Made me think of fucking what we do in the shadows. Like, leave me to do my dark bidding on the internet.
Yes.
What are you bidding on? A tape. But yeah, if you've never seen that movie, it's fucking awesome. Anyways, so yeah, let's talk about, since we talk about other random entertaining shit, what are some of the favorite movies you guys have seen in the past, let's say, 5 years? I'll give you a big gap to think about there. Name off
That's not even that. That's the thing, is that's how shit the movies have been recently. That's not
well, it's a big gap to think about as far as that goes. But no, I mean, if we do favorite movies of all time, that's the
that takes too long. So Cabin in the Woods.
That's the first one that comes to my mind too.
That's the one that we always go for.
If nobody has ever seen that, you need to fucking see it. I've talked to a lot of people that are like, I never saw it because I watched the preview and I was confused, or I started to watch it but I felt like it was stupid. It's just gonna be like, another one of those cabin movies. No,
I watched the
preview
awesome.
and
I watched the preview and I was fucking ecstatic.
No, I'm not even gonna be like, ooh, I was so enthralled. No, I was legitimately like, this looks random as shit. It's probably not gonna be any good. But you guys were going to see it, so I was like, okay. So I tagged along, and it was damn good. And I'm glad that I didn't like the preview for it, because that just made me get pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, well, when we saw the preview, we were immediately like, what the fuck is this? And we saw a preview for it long before it came out. A preview that just...
It wasn't even really a preview.
No, it was like just 3 or 4 years before the movie actually got released. And it was just a slow zoom in of the cabin.
And that's it. That's all it was. And I was like, what the...
And the preview gets released, and there's
and we were like, what in the fuck?
Balls,
like, I was like, and then I kept, back when this trailer came out, I was looking all over the place for things on it. I was like, yeah, that seems interesting, At first, I thought it was like a ripoff of the, what was it, that Cabin movie?
Cabin Fever?
Yeah, Cabin Fever, and I was like, yeah, but I kept kind of digging deeper, but I couldn't really find too much on it. And then that trailer popped up, and I was like, wait a minute, this is really kind of interesting.
Yeah, I was immediately kind of like, definitely intrigued by it. And then when we saw, even when the movie got closer to release and the more intricate trailers came out, it was kind of like, what in the fuck is even going on here? And it was just like, I really got to see this just to see what the fuck all this is about. And then when you watch it, you're just like, awesome, great fucking idea. And that's sad that, like, it's one of the only original movies that stands out like that in my mind for the past 10 years.
I enjoyed The Conjuring. I enjoyed Insidious.
Those are
the first Insidious was okay, but then it just kind of got kind of...
After the first Insidious, no. But the first Insidious with the Darth Maul demon... I don't know how that wasn't copyright. Like, he was straight up Darth Maul.
Yeah, it looked exactly.
I think my favorite part of that is the tiptoe through.
Oh yeah, that was fucking amazing.
But I mean, and that movie wasn't bad. It wasn't great though. It doesn't stand out in my mind like what?
Yeah.
Like
we should probably skip off of horror though because that's all we're on. I mean, like you had Prometheus, which I didn't like. Ryan liked.
I loved
Amber
it.
didn't like.
I did. Okay,
I'm the only one out of the three of us that
that's
loved
not fair.
it.
I liked it afterwards. I liked it after I saw it again and again. Because when I'll be honest, and he gives me a hard time about this, when I saw the trailer, I was thinking like, fuck yes, another Alien movie, because I loved Alien, I loved Aliens, and I was like, this is going to be awesome. But then when you watch the movie, there's really no aliens about it. It's not like what you expected, It's not the aliens killing people and shit,
You're expecting kind of more of like a action thriller.
Yeah,
I could have forgiven the fact that it completely went, aside from the old Aliens. I could have forgiven the fact that I didn't find the cinematography to be scary. I found it to be like some sort of weird 2000 suspense movie. The whole thing was just not built correctly. Could have forgiven all that if at the end, when the giant fucking wheel was rolling, one of the dumb bitches simply ran left. Please, for Christ's sakes. They run in a straight line. That was my biggest problem with the movie. They run in a straight line from the giant wheel chasing after them. That is narrow as hell. Their only instinct is to run straight. Yeah, it's the ship. Yeah, I'm calling it a wheel. But
in case you haven't seen this, there is going to be spoilers.
About whatever the fuck we talk about, but I mean...
link for spoilers in the description.
I'll probably put something before I post this.
Like warning. But I still liked it though. I mean, I liked it for what it was. After I realized that it wasn't, that I was looking at it the wrong way, then I liked it. It's just, at first when I was like wanting to see aliens kill shit and see what I've seen before, then it was kind of like a letdown. But it was still a good movie. I mean, I think I'm interested if they make another Prometheus or whatever, then that's cool. But
and there was no Sigourney Weaver, which is instantly a down.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's been.
She wasn't even.
She's dead. Yeah.
No, this was supposed to be way before it.
Oh yeah, that's
right.
true.
So
But
she wouldn't have been born, or she was a kid, or
Yeah.
But I loved the movie. I thought it was amazing. It blew my mind, and I just kept going on different theories and all this kind of stuff, and overthought it like I always do.
We get into theorizing our movies.
Django
and
was a good movie.
Django was good. It was a good comedy-esque slash... Well, it had comedy parts.
It was the whole thing has got blood, gore, action.
Quentin does that whole like black comedy where it's.
Well, I was telling Ryan we were watching The Hateful Eight. Black comedy, yeah. I mean, it's considered just, I don't know, it's just comedic elements thrown in there. But we were watching The Hateful Eight,
which I thought was also a good movie.
You're looking for dark comedy.
Dark comedy?
Yeah, dark. Black comedy would be like a black comedian.
Like black comedian.
Like Eddie Murphy or
I thought it was always known as black, or...
I think it's dark.
I don't know.
Sadistic or twisted or fucked up.
I don't...
Whatever you want to say.
Attempted comedy.
The world is yours.
Yeah, we were watching The Hateful Eight, and I was telling Ryan, I think one thing about Quentin Tarantino's filmmaking is that it's done very, it's like you're watching things in real time, and like you're dealing with it in real time, because he'll make you there'll be like these scenes, like there's a part where they're nailing the door shut, and you literally just have to watch it, put the boards up, nail the fucking door shut, it takes forever, add another nail, blah blah blah, and you're going through all of this, and you're like, then when the guy's done, it's like, fuck, and you're just kind of like, damn, yeah, I'm thinking get it over with, but I think that's how he does that, and he does that with his conversations, and it builds suspense in a way, because there's one part of the movie, none of this is spoilers, by the way, because it's a more recent movie, so I don't want to spoil it, but...
And I haven't seen it.
Yeah, and, in one part of it, he's got, like, a Lincoln letter, Samuel L. Jackson does, and like supposed to be a letter from Abraham Lincoln. And so Kurt Russell asked to see it, and when he hands it to him and everything, and Kurt Russell's reading it and everything, it's this moment of suspense that you go through for the whole time where you're like, shit, is he gonna fucking rip the letter up or something? And it lasts so long, and it feels more like a real life thing where you're like sitting there suspenseful about some shit that's going on, and you're like, fuck, how's this gonna go? And I think he does that well. I think his movies are long, but I think it's
Django. It wasn't really as much. You didn't have as many moments like that. Django was more of just like a spaghetti western, just like out there. Mm-hmm. But Inglourious Basterds is one of them where it was just that was the whole damn movie.
Yes.
It was just long, drawn out, like cringeworthy conversation. Yeah. Speaking of which, another movie with long, drawn out, cringeworthy scenes, 10 Cloverfield Lane. Which
I mean
cringeworthy in a good way now.
Yeah. It was a very intense movie. Yeah, it was. If you guys haven't seen it, I mean,
definitely check it out.
We were big lovers of the first Cloverfield movie, which I think a lot of people were, and so we all kind of went into that with qualms about it, wondering if it was going to be. We were very excited to begin with.
Yeah, I just wanted to. I had been waiting for so long.
8 years.
Something.
These two were. I kept telling myself it was going to be terrible. That way, I'd be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, well, it was 8 years of waiting, and so we kind of given up hope that there was going to be anything about it ever again. And so then when there was, we were like, shit. But so and it was cool. I mean, like, what is your takeaway from it? We don't. Again, we'll try not to do any spoilers. If we do, just in case, spoiler alert here. So.
Well, I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was.
But it wasn't what it was supposed to be.
Well, I mean, a lot of people, that's the whole thing, is, you slap a label on it, people are going to expect that. Just like, Amber thought with Prometheus that she was going to have some aliens in it, but I don't know, it didn't feel like I was watching Cloverfield, which was kind of good because I didn't really think I needed to watch another giant monster movie that, like Cloverfield was. But I enjoyed what the dramatic situations in the movie and everything and the character building. All that stuff was perfect and it was brilliant. And
before I saw the original Cloverfield, I did not like monster movies because they were always up in the fucking air. You had Godzilla, the old ones were terrible anyway. A lot of people are going to hate me for saying that. But, everything was kind of just so, fantastical. There wasn't really a real-life element.
It seems very, and then,
very fake.
Yeah, Cloverfield comes in, and it's like almost like it doesn't even feel like a monster movie. It feels more like an apocalypse movie. Like, everything's going to hell, but what's causing it is this monster. Yeah. Which is how it would be in real life. It's not like in real life you're going to be like, oh, look, Godzilla, he's going to go fight some shit.
That was awfully racist of you.
No, he says it like that in the movie.
Two monsters fighting each other.
Yeah, no, but I mean, nobody in real life is going to be like, "Oh, let's just observe." So Cloverfield was legitimately like, "What the fuck was going on?" The Statue of Liberty's head just flew off.
But I think done much more for what we would expect, and for not like for you actually feeling like you are in the movie instead of watching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For you feeling like,
and I mean, it kind of pioneered that whole found footage thing because before then you had Blair Witch.
Oh God!
Which, it's like that's the only.
Now, but when it came out, that was some scary shit.
I
was expecting literally. Okay, so with Blair Witch, I would assume most of you have seen this. If you're younger and you haven't, go watch it.
If you want to.
Yeah, you don't really have to.
It's not that great of a movie. Even when I was younger.
You know what? Don't.
I'm just kidding. Screw the whole idea. When I was younger and I watched it, though, it was just so. I don't know, I guess I was so used to so much horror when I was younger, because I watched a lot. I watched a lot of the slashers, I watched a lot of just horror in general. And when I watched Blair Witch, I was expecting something. Just always something, and nothing happened. Even like the guy disappears, nothing. There's nothing there. It was just
what
three
about
people.
All the snot in the camera, though? That was great.
Yeah, what about all the crime? All suspense building, but no. But I mean, in a way, though, Cloverfield kind of created a monster. No pun intended. Because they popularized found footage, and then what do we have? Paranormal Activity. Which I know everybody was instantly thinking, found footage? No. God, no. But because
some things are good with found footage, other things just suck.
The first Paranormal Activity was boring as shit. It was decent, but it was boring.
Yeah,
it wasn't shitty yet. It was just boring as hell. The second one, I don't even remember. The third one was the one in California. That one was shit.
I remember the first one. That's the only one I
most recent. There was actually. It's not the most recent. Oh shit! There's been like 7. But one of them that was pretty recent. It followed a Hispanic family and the kid gets.
Oh, that's the one where he gets
marked
protected.
Ones. Is that it? Yeah, the marked ones. That one was actually pretty damn good. I liked it.
Why'd you like it?
I don't remember.
I just enjoyed it. I may have been in a good mind.
At the time, I liked it. And I remember going and being like, I liked a fucking Paranormal Activity movie. My friends were like, dude, no. But it was decent, but then it's everything shit. Like, I mean, that's how this whole conversation's going to end eventually, is that everything's just shit right now.
Well,
I liked, or go ahead, you go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, just bringing it back to 10 Cloverfield Lane, for anybody that saw it, one thing that I told Ryan is he started to get very upset about it because they have said that it is in a separate universe. So it is not going on at the same time as the other. Yes, spoilerific. It is not going on at the same time as the other Cloverfield, and it does not even really exist in the same timeline. But what I think is interesting is that this movie is supposed to be a second to trilogy. So we've got one more coming, and hopefully it won't be 8 years. And, you know, J.J. Abrams has said he's very excited about it, and he thinks that it will pull them all together. And he said the reason that he did Cloverfield Lane the way he did was because after Cloverfield, there were so many monster movies that came out with Pacific Rim and the new Godzilla and all these things. He was like, you know, we didn't want to do another big monster movie. So they did this, and I feel like it was good, because a lot of people feel like they just took somebody else's story, slapped Cloverfield on it, put it out, and they kind of did. But I feel like they didn't take away from
the original movie, or the original idea for the movie, and it was kind of close.
Yeah, I feel like really all they changed about the original movie for the most part was added the aliens and changed the ending. And so what I feel like, you know, that I feel like it was a really good story, and it was good that it got to be seen by that many people by putting Cloverfield on it. I don't feel like JJ did it for money, because obviously the dude's done the fucking Force Awakens. He doesn't need money. He's good.
Star Trek.
He didn't even have to come back to this property. So I think he came back to support the fans, and I think he did that, you know, because he liked the story. He said it felt Cloverfield to him,
but
and then
it may not have been a cash grab from Abrams. It may have been a cash grab from Paramount, because Paramount likes money. And Paramount was sitting on this script, and Paramount licensed Bad Robot.
Oh, they actually weren't sitting on the script. The script was one of 10 that gets, apparently there's like a select list of 10 scripts that are kind of indie scripts that get shown to different companies every year. They're all really good ones, I guess. They get picked kind of out of random shit. And, at the time, Paramount had a sub-company that was doing indie films. So they were a low-budget company. And since that production, they have been absorbed back into the parent company, but at the time, that's the one that was working on this, which was at the time called Valencia. And Bad Robot came in, and they were already, I guess, working on it when J.J. Abrams read over the script and said it felt very Cloverfield to him. So then they kind of he had Matt Reeves and Drew Goddard come in and do rewrites to make it a lot more Cloverfield-esque, to tie in the things, probably the slush show that we saw, and the, you know, having the guy work for the satellite company, the what is it?
Tagaradu.
And, so, I mean, I still feel like, maybe it was that, and it is still a little shady, but I'm really excited to see what they do with the third one, and if they're able to pull it all together, which you would think with those minds behind it, they should be able to. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to hold out hope for that. Let's all do that.
I have no hope. I have no hope in anything anymore. I don't, because I mean that is just setting yourself up for disappointment. I was so excited about ESO. You know what sucked? ESO.
ESO, Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, that was terrible.
It looked bad.
I was so excited about it though, and then it was terrible. But I mean, that was just complete brand loyalty blindness on my part, because I'm like, oh, it's fine. Like, no, but
where you see it and you're on, like in the back of your mind, you're going, this is probably gonna be shit, but I don't want to say I don't like this.
It's why people keep buying Black Ops over and over.
Oh my god, or Call of Duty in general.
Oh my god, I'm so tired of shooters. You know what's funny? Speaking of shooters, all the games that you said that your favorite, or like your favorite games, are shooters.
No. I said all the games that I'm having to play right now, sadly, are shooters. No, God, no. Fuck no. Don't you ever say that again. No.
God, there's always a fight.
No,
he loves his shooters.
No, I hate shooters so much.
Okay, so then what are your favorite games?
My favorite games are open world role-playing games where the world is available to me.
World of Warcraft? That's an
MMO.
Well, why?
That's different.
Why do you not like an MMO? I mean, like, why does that take you out of it?
Because I like being alone.
He likes the customize. He likes the big world, but he's the main focal point of the game.
You know what pisses me off about MMOs is that everybody's the fucking chosen one. And like Elder Scrolls,
I'm gonna be the damn chosen one.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls was the guiltiest of this. You would walk up to a bitch and she would be like, "Hello, chosen one," and there'd be like 18 chosen ones in a fucking line behind you, going up to the same lady.
And you're like, you mean with the chosen ones?
Yes, excuse me, you forgot about all my 800 cousins.
They got like a factory just mass producing the chosen ones coming out.
All in different fucking races, and like there's no.
Justin's like, I don't like this. Everybody gets a trophy for trying.
I mean, I was the kind of guy, like, if I was gonna play a Skyrim character, and I'm the only one that's seeing this, so the continuity errors only affect me. But if I'm gonna play a Skyrim character, if I'm going to do Dragonborn, I'm only going to play him through as a Nord because it makes the most sense, because it's the ancient Nord art, and they try to explain this away. Well, the first Dovahkiin was actually a Dunmer. I don't give a fuck. You said it's the ancient Nord art. It's the ancient Nord art. So I would only do a Nord for a Dovahkiin playthrough. And then otherwise, I would just completely avoid that playthrough in general, and I would skip the main storyline for the sole purpose of not being the Dovahkiin on my assassin character. And so
you could do that and still level up?
Oh yeah, you could completely. That's what I love about Elder Scrolls games, man. They ruined that in Fallout because I tried to skip the prologue in Fallout 4 because I was like, well, I'm a bad guy. Another thing, Fallout 4 with a voice protagonist, you don't get to be a bad dude. You get to be a slightly disgruntled man from New Jersey. Like, because everything you say is still a nice guy thing to say, it's just in a dick way of saying it. Mm-hmm. So it's like you can
passive aggressive.
Yeah, you can either say like, "Oh, I'd love to buy this house," be sarcastic about buying the house, or go, "Yeah, fuck you, give me the house." There's no like, "No, I'm gonna blow up the house." There's none of that. You can't do that.
I don't want to buy this house. I'm gonna kill you.
And that's another thing is that I don't. If you're black, Mexican, Asian, anything, you're still gonna sound like a white dude from Philly. Like, wow. I mean, I don't.
So it's almost kind of like what they did for Fallout 4 is something they shouldn't have done. Is almost make it linear, like too linear.
Yeah, they tried to mix it with Mass Effect, which sounds cool, but I was really afraid it was gonna like. I mean, if you look at the dialogue, it is just like Mass Effect. It goes into the third-person view of your character. You're sitting there staring at his derpy ass face, like, "What do you want to say next?" And so you have to. Rather than reading out your text and, giving your character your voice, because when I played a bad guy, I was always Australian. I like the new Mad Max Australian.
And Australian people are not evil. This is just his role playing.
It was because it was Fallout post-apocalypse Australian.
He just pictures that if he was a bad guy, he would be Australian.
Exactly, because that's just more foreboding. And then if I was a good guy, I was typically a cowboy because that was always in Vegas. And then in Fallout 3, I was like a freer of slaves. So if I was a good guy because you had the railroad then.
Yeah.
And then in New Vegas, no matter what you do or what you are, you're this dude from Philly who always sounds like
in Fallout 4?
Yeah, sorry, yeah. In Fallout 4, you're just this dude from Philly. I don't care what you want to do. If you want to be a British assassin who sips tea, no, you're a dude from Philly. I'm sorry. Like, I mean,
doesn't work.
So you don't like the lack of personalization as far as
and you're an ex-military guy, and the whole goddamn thing, you're looking for your son, you're bitching about your dead wife. God, get over it.
My goddamn dead wife all over the place.
Oh, I stole my son. Oh, Jesus. I better go find him.
Better not tell him I didn't even like him.
So, So that's the thing is that, you had instantly a noble thing to do. And in Fallout 3, you could find your dad. Didn't really matter if you did. And even if you did, spoiler alert for Fallout 3, it's like a fucking 9-year-old game. Go play the damn thing. But spoiler alert, he's Liam Neeson and he winds up dead anyway. So,
I found my dead dad.
Yeah, so it's like, who gives a shit? But and then in New Vegas, I will say, out of all the Bethesda games, did the best with creative liberty. And it was knocked out in 2 years by a different developer. New Vegas, they were like, here's our game engine, Obsidian. Bethesda gave the game engine all that rights and shit to Obsidian and said, knock out a game. Gave them 2 years to knock out Vegas so that there would be some breathing room between Fallout 3 and Skyrim. And they did it, and did a fucking immaculate job for the time that they had. New Vegas did have a closed-off ending, which bothered me. But aside from that, you had, like, a fucking zillion different endings that you could do for all these different factions, and you could just make your character any kind of badass you wanted to.
And this was from Fallout 3?
This is Fallout New Vegas.
And that was the third one? right?
No, Fallout 3 was the
Okay, Fallout
3 gets complicated.
Okay.
Because Fallout was originally a top-down, like, it was still open world.
Game.
But it was
really?
a top-down tactical game. Like, yeah. And that was for Fallout 1. Tactics, I think, was one of them. Fallout 2, Brotherhood of Steel. Like, they had a bunch of games.
Yeah, they had a bunch of games.
Yeah, and then...
And honestly, the original Fallout was actually The Wasteland, and they just released The Wasteland 2, which has gotten decent reviews, but it's more of that whole tactical perspective.
Yeah, which is not my cup of tea. I mean, I get some people like it. I've never been a big RTS guy, but which is a completely different thing. I was just still thinking top-down, but... But, I mean, the thing is, when you had Bethesda take it over with Fallout 3, they decided to do first-person / third-person, open world, all that shit to kind of revamp the series, and that made it better, but I don't know, they've lost their touch now. I think Fallout was kind of, because Elder Scrolls, they invented. Like, from the get-go, they made Elder Scrolls Arena, and that was their baby. They made all the lore for it. Fallout, they just kind of picked up where the other guys left off. And so I think they felt a little more liberty to kind of fuck with it, and they've just fucked with it too much. They turned the volume up too much, turn it down a little bit now, go back, take his voice away. I don't want to be a dude from Philly. I'm fine with making up a voice in my head and being completely lonely about it.
Yeah, I think that actually is an interesting thing, is that, like you said, making up a voice in your head, you know what I mean? Like, that's more interesting, even if you're just reading flat dialogue. If
I used to do that kind of stuff, like, when I would play, like, Ocarina of Time. Once I played that game, like, a whole... I probably played that game hundreds of times. Eventually, because when you're young, you don't have money. You can't do anything. So you got to make something up. Yeah. You make your own imaginative world.
I mean, go back to when you were playing with fucking Batman action figures. You're giving them a voice, right? I mean, that's what you're doing.
You're personifying.
Yeah, you're not Batman. Who the fuck gets a Batman toy and goes, well, I'm Batman. You're an uninventive little shit. Like, I get a Batman toy and I'm like, well, I'm Batman, but I'm going to light half of them on fire, so I'm a scorched fucking half-dude Batman. Now I'm going to be Batman and Two-Face in the same person.
Yeah, I made 2 action figures out of 1.
And I also play with fire as a kid. I don't condone that. Don't play with fire, children.
It's bad.
Here we go with the condoning.
Yeah, condoning.
But yeah, no, I like that. I think that's almost like when you're reading a book, you know what I mean? You have a lot of creative freedom there, where you can read it and personify it, and in your head you've got what you're looking at, what you're hearing. Even though you're really not hearing anything or, seeing anyone, you kind of make your own things up, and I feel like that's interesting. And that's the bad thing about, like, with a game like Fallout 4, gave you a ton of customization options. You can make the face look all sorts of fucking weird, and the hair and the shit and whatever.
We pretty much made Leeloo Dallas on Fallout 4.
But like you said, no matter what, you still end up being this dude from Jersey. Or
well,
you still end up being...
Courtney, damn it. Well, you got Brian Delaney as the dude from Jersey, and then Courtney... I can't remember her last name. I'm usually so good with names. It pisses me off. That's going to bother me. I got to change the subject.
The only Courtney I know is like Courtney Cox or Courtney Love.
It's not Courtney Cox or Courtney Love, I can promise you that. But they're both, I mean, I had never heard of either of them until Fallout, but they're both pretty established voice act. Well, actually, Brian Delaney had only done, like, Kung Fu Panda.
Really?
Yeah, Brian Delaney was pretty new to the voice acting thing.
Which character did he do?
He did the male. He did the...
he does Poe?
Oh, you mean in Kung Fu Panda? I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
I'm not... Which character did he do? The male. No,
the male character.
The protagonist for Fallout 4. But he, and don't get me wrong, they both did great voice acting jobs. It's Bethesda's fault.
Yeah.
Bethesda should not have brought in voice actors. I'm sorry, Todd. I don't care that you made Codsworth say my fucking name for 1,000 different names, alright? That was nice.
Wait, what?
Remember you could put your name in and he would say it?
Yeah, there were like 1,000 pre-recorded names.
Oh,
you know what was funny is I always made my name Eli, and they didn't have Eli, but they had Elam, and so he just called me Elam.
Hey, Elam!
The first time it ever happened, I walked in, he was like, Mr. Elam. I was like, does he just have a real fucked up accent, or are they that lazy? Like, I mean, he could have just been like, hello, sir, but no, he's like, Mr. Elam. It's like, no, now
that's not my name.
Yeah.
That's not my name. Yeah, that's funny. I don't know. We didn't play it very much, Fallout 4. We made one episode on the channel, like, of us customizing.
No, I think I posted.
Did you? I'm pretty sure we only did one episode.
We did one episode, but I may have posted the second one. I don't know.
We posted an episode that was just of us customizing our character to make it look like Leeloo Dallas from the
you guys can check that out too. I mean, it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows the customization. It's not really that much to see, us talking and shit. But
and then I made a side game and I played it and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't too overly excited about it, and I thought I was gonna be cool and fun, and I wanted to try it because it's the new Fallout, and why not? And I tried it, and it bored me.
Well, see,
it's
to me,
too
like,
boring.
Fallout. Well, see, but you think it's boring because you don't have a lot of time to put into these things. That's the thing that I keep catching on to here. Is that everybody's like, oh, the open world is boring. It's like, no. It's quite the opposite. It's just that you need something.
Okay, it's good for people that want to be in the open world more than they do in the real world.
You don't have to be an asshole about it. But no,
it makes a good point.
I'm sorry. You played a shit ton of video games when you were my age.
I know, but...
Yeah. So that's my point. Is that people...
No, you're actually... I mean, that's completely... Sorry, I was...
Yeah, you're completely off mic right now. She's saying something, you just can't tell.
I was across the room. He's completely right, though, because when we first got together, you still played massive amounts of video games. You clocked in a lot of hours. But when you get older, you don't have that time.
Rattle the chairs.
So, you guys enjoy that free... open world gaming time while you can, because you get older and you can't
if you're
do that.
working...
And apparently, when I turned 30, sorry if you're not 30, apparently when I turn 30, I'm just going to be like, oh, this is boring now, I guess. But
no, I don't think so.
Not necessarily.
Like you said,
you may still enjoy them, because
I may still be alone.
That's not what I said at all.
Be beating all these girls off with a stick, waiting for
No, you might still enjoy these games when you get older, because those are the games that you grew up with.
Well, see, to me, like, I think about it, I have a very different brain when it comes to that. Because when I'm in an open world game, I feel I have a very different brain than you.
No, it's funny because I'll, like, when certain games come out on Steam and I'm, like, super pumped about it, I'll show Justin and he'll be like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
No interest whatsoever, really.
But, like, you see, the thing is that the open world single player, games, I can pause, I can save, like, I can do all that shit, right? I can put the game down for months and come back, and I'm not going to be behind the game, not going to be a lower level than anybody, I don't have to worry about dick. So I can see myself playing those games for way the hell longer as far as my lifespan goes than I would multiplayer games. Because, like Destiny, every time there's a new update, you got to get back on par with people. And then you have, like, survival games, which I love, but you have to sit, like, Ark is a perfect example. I love Ark,
showed me that,
but you have to put in so much time, and then it can all be taken away from you overnight. So you have to get on daily and make sure that everything's okay.
You know what that kind of reminds me of? Is mobile games. It's almost like they took a big-name game and made it mobile almost. Where you have to do something and then wait for it to get done.
But the difference is that rather than being able to take it out of your pocket and fuck with it when you're on the shitter, you have to... God, I'm such a sailor. Take it out of your pocket and fuck with it while you're on the shitter. Let me just be as obscene as possible. But no, you have to... go and sit down and turn on your console and load into the server, which takes 10 years, and then you get on and you realize that all your shit's been wrecked, and then you check the tribe manager and it's like, 420 Blazing Bro destroyed all your shit, and then you get a message like, hey, did you see I killed you while you were asleep?
Yeah, like, see, now that is something that, like, I've never played a game like that, because I don't have the patience for that. If I worked hard on something in a game and somebody destroyed it, I would be so fucking mad.
And this is why I was so hard monitored in you guys' Minecraft servers.
Yeah, he came over to our Minecraft thing and we built a little town, and like he and his friends always fucking destroy everything they make. It doesn't matter how awesome it is.
No, I destroy things my other friends make.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And sometimes your shit gets destroyed.
No, I always hide my shit because I'm smart. Like, I built bunkers. I have had bunkers.
I've seen some of the stuff he's done. It's crazy.
Like, but no, he and his friends came over and we had to make them, like, sign a fucking, like, permission slip that they would not fuck our shit up.
And we burnt down another friend's house because he built outside of their shit. So we had to have
built, like,
something to destroy.
Yeah, he came over and built a house and they were like, watch. And they, like, lit the fucking thing on fire. But we,
And then Ryan recorded it after we're trying to be anonymous.
So then he saw it on Xbox. He's got to get on and see his house up in flames. But yeah, no,
it was funny though. It
was very funny. But yeah, no, I'm not like, I do not want to put a lot of time into something and have someone destroy it. But because like I just that would piss me.
Even if it is digital, like that's the thing.
Yes,
is the people always say, "Oh, it's just a game." It's like, but I still just spent 4 fucking hours.
Well, that's just like if you were to put, you know, if you were to go into some kind of art program on your computer and you draw it up or draw it on a piece of paper and somebody lifts it up, you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
I spent like 5 hours building like the Death Star, and somebody breaks it, like it's fucking model.
Look at the comparison there. Like imagine a guy sitting there for 4 hours building something on Minecraft, right? And then somebody comes and blows it up, and they're like, "Oh, it's just a video game." Now imagine an old man putting together a modeled ship for hours with glue, and you walk in and smash it on the fucking ground. Like those put two very different images in somebody. Everybody's like, "Oh, the first one's not that bad," but the second one, why would you do that?
Now, it's like this man is 92 years old. Now he got to go back to the store, buy another ship, buy some more glue.
Model glue is expensive.
Oh my god.
But yes, I mean, there are differences there. You would actually have to go out and buy these physical things, whereas in your game you still got the materials right there. Well, if they destroy your game, they're not going to destroy. They're going to destroy the shit in the game, not like come over and break your copy of Minecraft. But yeah. So I don't know. I can see that, but it's still just I'm not going to make something and have like people destroy that shit. That would fucking make me mad. But as far as games that are time consuming, like that's why I don't play World of Warcraft as much because in that. Sorry, I'm being told to talk louder. Because in that,
Amber, talk louder, please.
I try to do it silently.
Yeah, but no. Anyways, in that, like, it takes a lot of fucking time. Like now, I'm level 100 on one of my characters. We used the level boost. We did it on Horde characters, and I've got my level 100 character. I've got my garrison. You go in, you do your shit, you get your resources, blah blah. But it just feels like. Even though it's so weird because it's like I'm being hypocritical involving myself because I'll play Hearthstone, which is still kind of the same shit, and I'll play Heroes of the Storm, which is still kind of the same shit, but it's like, I don't know, it just feels different, and it also feels like I have to pay $15 a month for this, whereas Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm are free, so, you know, you go in and you just kind of do the shit and whatever, and then, you know, you get into fucking PvP where most people are out-geared, you know, or have out-geared you, but that's okay, because, you know, I feel like, even though I don't feel like most people would agree with me on this, I feel like PvP, even though it's probably unbalanced on some things, in most cases is balanced. You win some, you lose some. It's just some people get real fucking mad when they lose.
Well, a lot of the new games, though, like Destiny, it's straight up, they have light levels. So, like, it's straight up, you have to be the same level as this person or you're going to get skull-fucked. So, I mean, so many games now are taking out the skill element. Like, every game you can get good at with time. Like, I don't, actually, no, I shouldn't even say get good at. Every game you can beat with time. Because, like, Red Dead was a game with a PvP element. You had to get good at that. There was no, like, you could get a high-powered pistol, but then somebody could just insta-fucking headshot your ass and then you'd be dead. But, you know, the new games now, you can get all this shit with just time. You don't actually need to know what you're doing. You just need enough time to sit there and click the button over and over again, and you're going to get the shit. They've completely taken the difficulty out.
Well, doesn't Destiny, though, like...
Destiny?
Destiny? Doesn't Destiny have, like a balance system? Like, where...
It does in the standard PvP. But, like, if you want to actually level up, like, if the Trials, for instance. This update just came out, like, a few days ago. But Trials, for instance, is now at like 290 light. So if you're anything below 290 light, you're going to get your shit handed to you. Iron Banner's at like 300 light, so if you're anything below that, you're going to get your shit handed to you.
Well, that's the thing, though, that at least you know that, but you can go into standard and it's balanced. Like,
yeah.
Even with the Heroes of the Storm, which really, you don't have the option in that to, you know, you're not going to get yourself great gear. You're not going to, because it's all, you know, it's preset shit. It's just everybody gets the same shit on the character.
Well, when you look at games like Guns of Icarus, where everybody has the same shit from the get-go, but you look at a high level and go, God damn, I'm going to get my shit handed to me, because he knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
like, that's the thing.
That's skill. That's not...
That's skill. That's not an acquired
different. That's not you having to sit there and think, like, that's just because you got the fucking PvP shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I feel like most games are, you know, it doesn't make me mad when I lose games. I just don't get mad. I don't care, like, for the most part. I might be like, son of a bitch, but I don't really get angry because I feel like that's how it goes. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a game. It'd just be called I Win, you know? Like, nobody, what is this
I
game?
win.
I win.
That's every game for Irish.
Oh, God.
Shout out, Irish.
But, yeah, and somebody here... Mr. Ryan isn't much on playing PvP anymore because he gets angry.
He gets too angry.
No, I don't.
Well, what makes you angry about it?
everything.
I don't know. Well, because that's...
Because I know you're not the kind of person that's like, because I have to be the best, because you don't usually seem like that.
No, and it wasn't that. It's just, I guess, from playing so much of those kind of games, you know, when I was younger, playing Xbox, playing Halo 2, and, you know, those kind of competitive games, they've been competitive, like, they've blown out the roof competitive now. But, you know, playing those kind of games, and when I had a whole bunch of time to play and I was decent at it, I would win a lot. So you'd always see, you know, you'd always play, you'd always win, you'd always play, you'd always win.
Or you feel like you mostly won.
Yeah, like, I mean, you'd lose a couple, but when you play a lot and you have a lot of time, you kind of can see those wins more than you can see those losses.
Yeah, and you can snipe little 12-year-olds in Halo and make them rage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like...
Not naming any names.
I feel like, though, like, some of the games, like, you know, well, did you also have people you played with, though?
Well, yeah, I had tons. I had my friends that I played a lot of games with growing up, and we would play the games all the time too. But I think what it was is we kind of fed off of each other. We would get, like, if somebody died, they'd get angry. So then we would kind of feel that kind of, you know, aggression. So then if we died, we got angry, and it would go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
With my friend group, it's like a delicate fucking balance. I swear, I play with the Housewives of Atlanta. Like, I mean, the thing is that we will have a good, like, we're going for 9-0 in trials this weekend. As we're talking, history's being made. No. But we're going for 9-0 in trials this weekend because it's been forever since we've actually gone for it and successfully done it. And the thing is that, like, we'll have a good few matches, and then eventually the Bible just get gone, and then we do shit. And, like, we'll be sitting there, and it's like we all went out to the driving range, right? Like a bunch of middle-aged men in a midlife crisis all go out to play golf, and they hit the first few balls immaculately, and then at the end of it, they're just sitting around talking about the fucking weather. Because it's just, we sit there, and eventually it's just like, well, fuck it.
Well, maybe you're just getting, like, maybe it's more of a mental tiredness. Like, you play the game for so long, and it's just kind of like, my brain doesn't feel the excitement anymore. I don't care.
I mean, you know, there's a scientific element there where legitimately you're fucking flooded your endorphin, or
you've had
your
enough
dopamine
of
receptors.
Yeah, of your reward center.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, no, like, I feel like some games, though, like, Here's the Storm, for example, if you don't have friends to play that with, you have no guarantee that you're going to have, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to ever feel like, man, I'm winning this now. You know what I mean? It never feels like that because every match you're going to have different fucking people. And so you're going to have people that don't know what the fuck they're doing, or people that, you know, want to fight the whole fucking match, that are super toxic and aggravating shit. And so you never really do feel like, oh man, I've got this down now. We've got this, you know, it's always, you never know. And so I guess that's why
you have to find a good balance of people to play with in order to make it enjoyable.
Yeah, well, not to me, because I don't mind the matches where I have people bitching the whole time. I laugh at them bitching because I usually don't get involved in the conversation. I just watch it and I play the game. And then, you know, I don't even mind, like, people, like, that try to call me out for shit on there and shit, because that always happens. You know, I don't care. I just don't. I'm just like, I'm playing the fucking game. You know, I'm getting my quest done. I'm doing whatever. I don't care. So it just, to me, it's still fun. But I think also I am more easily entertained by games, and I'm also more intrigued by those kind of things because I am newer to playing it. And you have played it for so long that you know, eventually anything gets old, you know.
Yeah.
But that's just...
Yeah, no, I mean, I was drawing Ryan.
I was wondering why you were drawing. There we got Julie.
I kept just staring over at him as you were talking. You know,
wow.
I'll finish the sketch. You guys should take a picture of him making the thumbnail.
Just all of a sudden, Ryan will be like, "You draw me when I'm like,
I'm so pretty."
You know, but see, the thing, I don't know. I'm just fed up with fucking first-person shooters and competitors. Give me Skyrim, please.
And then also, so I'm gonna name a few games real quick because I've been kind of trying to follow a little bit more into the gaming zone, I guess you could say.
Stay up to date.
Yeah, stay up to date with all the new games and everything. So we got stuff like Doom, and then we got Battleborn. So Battleborn, I just played last night. It downloaded on my Xbox One, and I was like, oh, cool. Maybe this is what I thought it was, because I didn't read anything on it. I didn't try to... That's what I try to stay away from, is just reading a lot of reviews.
You try not to...
I just try to not blow... It's like, you know, a new movie comes out. You don't want to read, the plot of the movie, and then be like, oh, well, I guess I don't need to go see that now.
Yeah.
So, you know, I download the game, I'm playing it, and it's a first-person MOBA. Now, I know we're talking about, like, Heroes of the Storm and everything, and I don't mind the MOBAs. They're okay, but it's just like they're blowing it out of they're blowing out of proportion. They're giving too many of the same genre. There's too many MOBAs out there. Yeah, they're oversaturating it.
Because we played, now MOBAs, besides Heroes of the Storm, that's the only one I played extensively. I played a very little bit of Dota 2, but you played more of that. And then we all, well, not all of us, Justin wasn't included there, but me, Ryan.
I'm
sorry. Me, Ryan, and two of the people that we normally play with got very into Infinite Crisis.
Yeah, that was actually it was a good MOBA. It was really good. It always felt balanced. It never felt like you were,
Plus, you got to play with your fucking awesome DC characters.
Yeah, it was a DC MOBA, and you could play with all, Superman, Batman, the different Batmans and Supermans and Jokers, and, they just had a bunch of cool characters. A lot of the models were cool looking, And
it was just a fun play. It was a fun play style, everything about it was fun. And it got taken down, sadly. I hope somebody ends up getting a hold of that property and revamping it and bringing it back to where it's actually, playable again.
Yeah.
Because it was really sad that it got taken down. We really liked it, but and then you played League of Legends, right? I've never really played
a little bit of it. What's funny is I got introduced I got introduced to League of Legends, the first MOBA, through my stepbrother Brandon. So if Brandon ever hears this, hey buddy, he's in the Navy.
Yes.
So yeah, he's overseas right now. I think I'm not sure where he's stationed, but is he overseas?
I don't know. He goes a lot of different places.
Yeah, he goes. He's all over the place, but yeah, he introduced me to that game, and I started playing that, and then I started playing Dota 2 with my friends because I think I actually got a free copy of the beta from Nick.
Maybe,
I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was from Nick. He gave me a free copy, and I started playing that. And I was getting really into it, and I was like, this is kind of interesting. It's a cool, different type of play style compared to everything else I've played. And then they kept coming. There was more, and there was more, and there was more. And now that I played Battleborn, which I thought was going to be something a little bit more like Borderlands, because it was created by Gearbox. So I
think I like the dummy-proofed ones now that I think about it, because Dota, you actually have to kind of pick items, and even on Infinite Crisis, you had to pick items, which really always overwhelms me.
I actually tested her. She did really good. She actually did a lot.
Tested her?
No, the game tested her, and she did a really good job making different builds for her
the game tested me.
She got deeper into it than I did.
Yeah, the game tested my my building capabilities, because I wasn't used to that. I'm not used to, if you're on World of Warcraft, you have some time to make a decision, but in that game you have to pretty quickly make a decision where you're going to spend your resources in. But in Heroes of the Storm, though, you don't have to build gear. You pick different abilities, which to me is much less daunting than figuring out what I got to do to pick this skill set and this skill set. It's no, I'm just picking which ability I like the best, which one do I like to go clicky with. So it's a lot easier for me. I like the dummy-proof version. I like to be lazy and easy about it.
I don't like MOBAs.
Yeah, we tried to get him
to get Justin into it, but he's just not a big keyboard and mouse person.
And I tried to play it with Ryan's sister, which you guys have probably seen her on other stuff on the channel, Chelsea. Anyways, she was hilarious in it and also awful. She was she played Sergeant Hammer and just froze herself into place and was shooting at shit, but not actually doing anything to help the team. And I would be like, Chelsea, we need you over here. Okay.
I think I'm going to just sit here and shoot this wall for a little bit longer. I'm good. Chelsea, we need you to... No, I'm fine. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was like that, and it was really funny. I love you, Chelsea. I hope you play again with me, because it was just funny. But, anyways, and then, Hearthstone I got into, because it's fucking easy, and it's just a card game. You build decks, you try to be skillful with that, and it's simple, and it's just fun. It's like a time killer, but yeah, I don't know. I'd like to find more interesting games. Actually, if you guys have any suggestions, we would like to find more multiplayer games, because we play Guns of Icarus, like we said. We put the Battlecast on of that. We've had Battlecast of Heroes of the Storm. If you guys have any recommendations for games that we could play like that, we would totally like to hear them, because we would like to be able to do more Battlecasts with Justin, because he's a lot of fun to do them with.
Yay!
Yeah, and
Hi guys!
Somebody said a nice thing about me. But, yeah, we'd like to find more shit like that to do, because we've been brainstorming on stuff, to try to find, and we can play one.
I mean, we have been reading the suggestions from you guys
from
the
always,
other stuff as well.
Wait, you guys can read? Sorry.
Oh my god,
I can't read.
I just learned.
Can you teach me?
I'll teach you.
Yeah.
I'll teach you.
So special.
Yeah, but every time we go to IHOP, I have to order for him. He can't read.
God.
Yeah, but anyways, no, I don't know. So we're excited about playing new games for you guys, though. We've been looking into, like, I don't know, different scary games, stuff like that. We were actually laughing because, when I picked out, what was it, Sophie's Curse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked that out. We played that before Markiplier and shit. Bam! Because I fucking...
No, it's just funny because I'm not...
Not dissing on Mark.
I'm not dissing on Mark or anything, but it's just, it's funny, his attitude when he says he finds these random games.
Well,
and
because he was like, I went, like, searching deep on the internet, found this, and
it
I was
it wasn't for Sophie's
It was for Terror Lab, and that was one that I had almost bought instead of Sophie's Choice, or Sophie's Choice. I always say Sophie's Choice. Sophie's Curse. But,
two very different things.
Very different.
Yes.
Yeah. But, for Sophie's Curse and Terror Lab was around the same thing. All I had done was type horror into Steam and look at recent, and that was it. And then I found, I was just looking at games, which ones would be interesting, and I saw Sophie's Curse and thought, hey, this would be a good one to try. It's just funny to hear him be like, I was searching through the deep web, and it's like, no, it's like this. No, you fucking didn't.
It was in Steam. What do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Amber's kind of my my connoisseur of looking through games, and
yeah,
because I've honestly I'll look through them sometimes and. I'll find some that I want to play, but then I won't ever get around to playing them. And
it takes someone who's not super easily distracted.
Well, I mean, it's also because I'll look at it and I'll be like, maybe, kind of, and then I'll be like, I probably won't play it. And
I don't look through games anymore. Like every game that I've bought, it's been like a couple weeks, and I'm like, should I? Should I?
Or your friends are telling you gotta get it.
Oh, Rainbow Six. I got that. I don't like Rainbow Six. It's okay. It's paintball. It's like paintball. It's like just playing. I'd rather just go play paintball. I mean, you're in a small little corridor. It's like 2-shot dead.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot of customization. At least Rainbow Six Vegas 2 had a bunch of customization. Now you get to like buy from a specific list of operators, and I don't know. I just don't enjoy it. But yeah, I picked it up for $27 at GameStop. So it's like, why not? But yeah, no. I mean, God, just please, anybody, like if you have like a Kickstarter for something that's open world, like you're wanting to make something that I specifically, me, like as a person, me specifically, not a target margin, just me, like. I would gladly give you a good $50
to make this game.
But it needs to be. I'm gonna set some specifications: 1080p or above. Yeah. If you can hit the 60 frames mark, let's try for that. I'm not gonna like grind you on that.
$50, you little prissy
with
bitch.
my $50. Yeah.
I would write you down like just a cool thing on a piece of paper. Be like, here you go, bitch. Give me $50.
As long as it's not Peter Molyneux, then I'm fine. I know my money's safe.
Oh,
you just got towed, Pete.
Actually, talking about Kickstarter, made me think of something that I'm very fucking interested in, and that is the new Friday the 13th game.
Yes.
That's gonna be fucking awesome.
Oh, it's not even called, like, they finally licensed it, because before it was like Paradise Lake or some shit like that, because it wasn't licensed, and they're
Holy
like,
crap, the stuff you can get on their Kickstarter is amazing.
Yeah. Yes, you can, like, if you have a lot of money, go look at their Kickstarter and get awesome shit, because, you can go out and meet fucking Sam Raimi and Kane Hodder and shit. Oh, man. Fucking bullshit. You get like signed copies and stuff. If we had money, that would definitely be something we'd be purchasing.
We would definitely go
just
there.
aside of that, I'm just excited to play the game. Like, actually, you can go on there right now just to let people know. If you go to their Kickstarter now, you can go ahead and pre-purchase a copy of the game, and you'll get like a copy for your friend. Like, that's one of their Kickstarter things. I think it's like $60. You get a copy, and then and you'll get like early access, I believe, and then your friend will also get a copy, and I think you'll get access to like a beta. Pretty sure. So not bad for $60, especially if you're going to go ahead and buy it when it comes out. It's worth it.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to be Jason and be killing bitches.
I know. Slamming them against the tree.
Isn't it asymmetrical multiplayer?
It's going to be kind of, I mean, I hate to compare it to this game, but it seemed to pull more around the Evolve kind of gameplay. The only difference is you're not hunting him; he's hunting you.
Yeah, it's asymmetrical multiplayer. Yeah, you got.
Or you can be.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can fight back with him, but
you can be Jason, or you can be the campers, which is awesome.
Jason.
Come on. But it seems, I don't know, that idea seems a little bit more enticing than Evolve
And no, Justin,
was.
not just Jason Dub, because you can kill Jason. That's the point of the game, is that you can outsmart him, you can outrun him, you can...
Set up traps, do all that.
I've seen enough horror movies to know that that's not going to work.
Well, obviously he's going to come back, but that'll be in the next round that you play. What's really cool, too, is, like, the people that can donate enough fucking money, the rich people out there, they actually can do these things where they get, like, their names on the cabin in the game. They get,
you can get your name on the headstones and whatnot.
Yeah, your name on the headstones in the game. You can get, like, all sorts of shit. Like
you can actually get the cabins named.
Yeah, you can name the cabin. Like, that's fucking awesome. So I'm just excited to see it.
You know
excited
a game that pisses me off?
What?
Star Citizen.
What the fuck is that?
What's Star Citizen?
It's because you guys were talking about Kickstarters, and my brain's over here, and I'm just sitting here pining.
My brain's over here.
My brain's over here, separate from your brain. I have a different brain.
Really?
We're back to this now. No, so I'm over here just pining on, like, I'm just sitting here thinking about fucking Star Citizen, because you were talking about Kickstarters and all the cool shit you can get. Star Citizen, I think you can pay like $100 for a ship in the game, like $100 of real money for a ship in the game. Which is which bothers me. Like, that's part of their Kickstarter things. It's like, play the game. Like, no.
Yeah.
But they're sitting here. They're getting, like, they got Gary Oldman to do to do mocap for it. They're getting they got Gillian Anderson from X-Files to do mocap for it. Like, all these famous people that are doing the mocap, they're doing the voice cap. You know, they're making this story. He's doing this. Dev is like a pompous prick. Like, he's like, well, Star Citizen could never come to console because it's far too superior, and it can only run on the finest of PCs.
Jesus.
It's like, so not only
is that pretty much what he said?
He actually legitimately said the words about console, yeah. And
wow.
Then, but I mean, and their Kickstarter though is everybody's getting pissed at him because he's completely behind the times on what he's supposed to be doing. But you know, when you guys are over here talking about good Kickstarters, I'm just sitting here thinking about the prick ones. But you know, Star Citizen, for all you people. I'm not gonna call you names. For all you people who are out there spending a lot of money on a ship in Star Citizen to play on your 4K monitor that you can't even see the detail in, and you're above 60 frames per second that you can't even see the detail in, for your $4,000 computer, fuck you.
Fuck you.
You know, the only person I can think of when you're saying that is like Bobby with his machines and everything.
But Bobby's not rich. Bobby just built good computers.
No, he just knows how to make computers. That's all.
And we love you, Bobby.
Computers, it works. Bobby's not like.
And he fixes computers like a pro.
Yeah, no, I was just playing on Guns N' Roses. They're like, "How'd you fix it?" I was like, "A little elf took it apart and he flicked a wire." And he goes, "If this works, it's a miracle." And it worked.
Bobby, you're a computer elf. Yeah, but that's interesting. Kickstarters, yeah, that would piss me off if you put money into it and then they keep making goal things, and especially if you ask for Kickstarter but then you go out and get Gary Oldman and shit, like, that's kind of like, what? Like, I mean, really?
They got an insane amount of funding. Like, I don't even remember how much. It was a bunch. Yeah. Because like the game looks good, but they're not. They're too big of dicks for my taste. That was
wow.
You're like, my mouth on the elf is this big.
Yeah. No, sorry, but yeah, no. So they bother me because they're just too fucking self-obsessed. You can't go and ask people for their money and then turn around and be pompous about it. I mean, you don't.
Alright, but I mean, let's get real for a second. Are you just mad because it's not coming to console?
No, I don't give a shit about that. Because literally, it's not the kind of game I will play a bunch of anyway.
Oh.
But they're very, like, I mean, imagine you got a dude holding up a cardboard sign. You go and give him $5, and he goes, well, 10 would have been better. Yeah. It's like, fuck you.
I'll take you for $5 and your sign.
Yeah.
Give me everything you have now.
Yeah, holding up a cardboard sign that reads like, if you can read this, but can only read it in English and cannot then translate it into at least 2 other languages, you are not worthy of giving me money.
Wow.
Then, like, that would be a more accurate description of this prick.
Yeah, I don't like assholes anyways, especially if, I don't know, you feel like, if you're going to donate to something like that, you want to be somebody humble and modest and, like, cool, and they seem like, down to earth and not, like, fucking up in the air above everybody, like, But Gary Oldman, we love you, by the way. I'm working on a book. Yeah, I write. And if I ever get to turn it into, like, a screenplay movie, I want you to be the main character. Thank you, and I love you.
And
Anyways.
Jillian Anderson, if I could just hug you. I think you're a beautiful person.
He's like, when I say hug, I mean a 4-letter word. Anyways.
I'm just saying.
Alright, guys. Well, I guess we should probably end it. It's an hour and 8 minutes.
We'll go ahead and end it here, guys.
Thank you guys so much for listening, and please let us know in the comments what you thought and what you'd like for us to talk about. Anything, we will discuss it. We'll, whatever you guys, we'll read the comments next week. We'll discuss whatever you guys talked about and all that. And
we'll leave this up for about a week. Maybe we can do podcasts every week, and we'll leave this up for about a week so we can get people to. Yeah, give us different.
Oh, and by the way, just since we have an avenue to say this, once we reach 150 subs, we're still going to give away a copy of either Stardew Valley or whatever game if you already have Stardew Valley, whoever wins. And then if we reach 175, we were going to give away a copy of Sophia's Curse or any other game of that same value.
You guys want to give me some games? I'll take some games.
You're funny.
Games.
No games. No games for you.
No games.
But anyways,
you guys wouldn't buy me games.
This has been Gamers, where we talk about games and more entertaining random shit. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hello. Bye. Bye. I'm confused.
Bye.